Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're playing Palworld, and I just wanted to show you my new base design, my new home. I have found a private server I'm playing on with a few other people. Everything's been going very well. I'm really excited about this build. We'll just step back here for a second and look at the front of this building, and we'll obviously go through the interior a little bit. This build, I think, all in took me 8 hours, and I've been playing by myself. When I say I'm playing on a server with other people, they are in a different, most of the people are down in this area that are on the server. That's where I saw some houses. I'm way up here at the most eastern, northern starting point. The Eastern Wild Island is where I placed my base. Now, just to talk about this location, there were people that were concerned for me, saying, well, you put a lot of effort into your base just to have it burnt down from the first raid that hit you. Out of all the times that I've built my base at this location, going back since the game released, this is my third base that I built at this location throughout the servers I've been on. And I've only been raided once, and that was like the first time I built it a week ago. So I played all last night, and I have not been raided at all. I just don't get raided in this location, and I don't know what, I don't know if it's because I'm so close to the safe zone, or where you start. When we go up to the tower, we'll see. I'll have you look at where the starting spawn is, and that might be what the key thing is I'm too close to that for me to be raided. I don't know. So here, this is where I put my bar. So I had a sign down here. All my factory is down here. This is where all the pals work. I just put things here so that I get other things in here as I unlock them. Got these. I like these cabinets. They hold a lot. Like the wood here, there's 6,000 wood in this tree here, and there's 1,000 stone in here. I do have what I can do is I can throw out a couple more of these pals here, these floating pals, and they'll start cleaning up. They'll actually go around and pull. I like to pull them out. They'll go around and pull the items out of these farms, so I don't have to do it, and they'll put them in boxes for me. So because I've got so many 6,000, I'll just have them do that. And so we'll just let them do that. This is my bedroom over here with a little hot spring or in the bedroom. Some decor that I put up. Now these are like a hobo torch. I put the fire pits on the barrels. This way my pals won't get burned by them. I did the same thing back here. I put the fire pit on top of the barrel so it won't affect the pals, because sometimes they'll run into them and burn themselves. And this is the one I used for cooking, and it's way over here in the corner so that they don't walk over the fire pit and burn themselves. I treat my pals very nice. So Tarkus Zone Bar and Grill is up here. So all of what you see here was done just yesterday, in the 8 hours that I played on this server yesterday. This is my sunset view. The sun sets here. Actually, the moon is pretty cool too in this game, and it sets. Got a little sitting bench here to watch the sunset go down. I got my public restroom, toss the crap out the window. So if you've got a deuce to do, you can just toss it out the window down there in the valley. Oh, a little stutter step there. This is my guest bedroom one. I don't have much in here other than a bed. I added like a little library sitting area over here with my bookshelf. All right, we'll go upstairs. Now I put those fire pits in those cubbies up there, you see. So it just gives me some background lighting. I like using the fire pits more than I like using the torches, because the fire pits stay on, so it's constant light. It's just easier to do it that way than using the torches they give you for the game. Then you go up to the overlook tower, which is in this direction. Now, so I got the sky deck over here, and then the tower. We'll do the look at the sky deck. I haven't put any furniture out here on the sky deck yet. It's just another location you can go to watch the sun go down. And then the stairway, I kind of went center side, how the design is. You go up the center, and then you can go up either side. You know, both sides go up the center, and then you got two stairways going up the sides. So this was a cleaner way for me to do it. Then I got these openings here where you can look out. I do like to put the openings in so I can just drop down when drop down onto my build. You don't take much fall damage in this game. So when we come off the tower, I'll show you. So it's just, got to get to the top of the tower. And here, I just put here, see me on YouTube, Tarkus Zone Productions. So I'm here at the top of the tower. So if we go over this way and look in this direction here, so you'll see that little blue right there where my crosshairs are. That's the starter spawn. And I have a feeling, because I'm so close to it, that maybe the game's not raiding me, because I haven't seen any raids. Like I said, when the game first came out, and I had built in this location, I had a smaller building, and I was more over in that direction. I did get one raid come in, but since then, every time I've built here, I think it's because of my general proximity to that waypoint. That's my only guess I have to it, because I just don't get raided. I haven't been. So here's the top of the tower. Now, one of the things you need to know about this game, if they have a height limit, and I have reached it. See the blue line here on the board? It's right there. It's a blue line. And as you'll see it here on this board, and you'll see it on this board, that's your height limit. So if you go beyond this blue line here, your building will degrade above it. So it'll just crumble after an amount of time. So basically, they put a height limit so that your little PAL box. Now my guess maybe is if I had brought the box up to the second floor, I could get more height out of it. Maybe it's basically on what floor it's on, and then so like I said, I can just drop down here to the other thing. So, but you see the blue line? So everything within the blue line is protected. It won't be degraded by the world. But if you build outside that line, it will cause the structure to just destroy itself, because that's how the game system works. So you're safe building within the blue, but the blue only goes up so high, and I've met that height limit. So on this side of it, I'm going to build another bar and grill on this side of the building today, so that I'll have an outdoor floor bar and grill out here. In the front of the building, I put a camp here. A little sit around the fire camp. I mean, I've done pretty good, I think, in just a few hours I've been playing. Welcome, we'll keep the light on. Remember those old commercials? We'll keep the light on. Be happy. And then I've put here, welcome to the Tarkus Zone. And then the other entrances I put, welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Welcome to the Tarkus Zone. So this is my current build, and as you can see, I spent a lot of time building in games. I mean, if you follow my channel at all over the years, you know that I love doing the building. I really like building things, and really what it was is I needed them to build this first floor just so that I could optimize the performance of my pals. And they do. It's crazy optimized. Let's look at this basket and see how many beans are. Or they got 2,997, and I'm maybe about 24 hours in. So basically, I played for 8 hours yesterday, fresh on the server. I went to bed. I've done things today, and we might be at the 24-hour mark. And you can see all the stuff that these guys are just trying to move those items. See how they're just dropping them and then getting confused and like, oh, I'm out of here. But eventually, they'll get them to the boxes. Because I'm afraid if I go to try to pick this, I should be able to. Okay, if I can overdo that, I should be able to. Okay, that opens the chest. So I gotta step this way. I might be able to pull this off. Yeah, I was. The key is positioning the box so that you can collect and still have access to the box. So you just move them over. So that's the key here. Is you just want to make sure that you can access the box and still acquire the items. And then you just move them into the box. And now I don't have to have those fly guys do it, but I'll have them out for a while just to still pick up what's around that needs to be shifted around. Those guys are great for it. Those purple floaty dudes, they really move the stuff around and put them in places for you. Now, these crates here, or these cabinets, hold a lot of items. So I just ended up just stacking them up here. And, they've got all sorts of items in them. Now, I'm only, I built some nails. I'm only, I think, a 14th level currently. I haven't put much time into running around the world and collecting things. I did that last night. I tend to play until I get to 13th level. I play locally around where I build until I get the crossbow. The crossbow is OP. It's like a one-shot OP nonsense. I love it. The crossbow. And as you can see, I didn't spend points in the 3-shot bow. I've been saving my tech points because I think I'm going to need them later on. I didn't pay for the poison bow or the poison arrow or the bat. So you have to determine what is valued to you. And I just felt that I'm going to just save my tech points in case I need them later. So I didn't spend them. So I did get into the starter bow, the old bow, so I had something to shoot critters remotely, from a distance. And then I just waited until I got the crossbow. And the crossbow is it just takes the normal arrows. So what I do here is every time I come into town, I just go to the arrows here and I'll queue up a bunch of them. There. And then the floaty guy will run over and just make them. That's the great thing about these floaty pals there, these guys, these purple guys, is they have the ability to work workshops. Now let's just talk about the minions real quick so that you get a better understanding. I'm going to go to my pal deck. That's what they call it in this game. I'm actually going to go find that pal on the list. So what you're looking for in the game. Now these are I call level 1 pals, right? Because they are. So that they can do the handiwork. That means that they can work at the benches, but they're only level 1. And this is their core default setup. They can transport items. That's grabbing items and putting them in the hoppers for you, but they're only level 1. And they can do gathering, and they're only level 1. So they'll pick up the stuff from the farms. And then you'll have pals like this one here that only has 1 skill. And that skill is the mining. And it's at level 1. So what you want to try to do is unlock... This is a good pal here. I like this guy, this penguin looking guy, because he's got 4 abilities. And one of them is the handiwork, meaning that he'll work at the benches. Another one is transporting, so they'll move stuff around for you. But the other one is watering and cooling. And what I ended up doing was putting my cooling refrigerator right next to where I know he's going to be to water my fields. So the key is when you're looking at pals to work your stuff, and you know they're going to be in a general location, piggyback the other things that they might have to have access to. I don't know where that penguin guy is right now. He's probably on a break or something, or he's in one of these baths. No, I don't know where he is. He's probably just taking a break. That happens, and whatnot. So going back to the PAL deck. So when you're looking at your fire, I got okay fire pals, but I got to get better ones with more skills. The advice I have for you is collect your pals and run the ones that have a variety of skills. I get running one, and maybe if it running one that focuses on one thing is okay, but make sure it's got a higher level. So I got to get a better fire pal, because I've seen them in the game that they have multiple things that they can do. So they'll go around, because the thing about the fire pal, if he's working in your thing and he's only got kindling, and when you hover over something, it will tell you what skill is needed. See, when you hover over the fire pit, it says kindling above it. That means for a pal to work it, they have to have that ability. So when you go to the bench, it says handiwork. For a pal to work that, they have to have that ability. When you hover over this, it requires watering. So that's the pal needs to have that ability to do that for you. Where is that penguin guy? Well, what I like about it is I can move him from here. I'll go in here. He's got to be... Oh, I took him out of the rotation? Oh, I did take him out of the rotation when I put these guys out. These transporter guys. So I got to get him back in the rotation. Yeah, just make sure you don't take it. He's a key player. I mean, he's the only guy I got to water my field. So he's got to be on the map. Now, okay, that's good for right now. I just had quickly removed him, because I need him to water these or I won't bring food in, because the whole thing's automated. Let's just go back to the PAL deck, and let's look at, okay, it's got to be down here, I imagine. I think when it comes to PAL, okay, so maybe, oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so this PAL I would definitely recommend getting as soon as you can, and they're not very hard to get early on. Is this PAL does the planting level 2 and lumbering level 2. So you want these guys to be lumbering for you. They're your key lumberers, and they can do the planting. So as you can see, I put my lumbering location right next to my fields, so that these dragon pals can overlap between the two. So when these need planting, they'll jump on planting real quick, then they'll go back to doing their job. And the way I built this design is total optimization of the pals based on what I know about the pals. So they sleep over here, they work over here, and that's really it. I mean, and then they got the baths. I got the one over here, I got two over here. I mean, and I never have injuries, I never have dissatisfaction, I never have problems with them. They just auto do what I want them to do in this tight little area. Now, when it comes to water wheel things that require watering, see, like this device requires watering, and you'll have a device that you'll have to build later on that's going to require watering. So you put your watering devices right next to each other, so that when the watering guy, at that time when I start using more watering devices, I'll get a few more penguins in here in the rotation. But you keep the items together that require... So my fire pit was near this smelter at one point, because I had the fire pit right next to each other, so that the fire pal could just work both of them at once. But the distance between there and here is minuscule, so they know what they need to do. And when I had the fire pit out here, the damn pals kept on walking into it. one pal had a thing called masochist, and he kept on running into the fire on purpose. It was like, really, dude? Because you got to look at your pals, you know, their stats. So if we'll click on this pal here in the pal box, it will show you that it's got coward. So I don't really use that pal. So if we look down at the pals that I've used, well, actually this one's got coward too. So eventually I'm going to need to replace this one because, well, I guess coward's not that problem if I'm not using it out in the bout as a fighting pal. And if I don't get raided, that's not a problem. This one's got masochist. This is the guy. So this guy keeps on running into the fire pits on purpose. So that's why I moved the fire pit. I was like, really? You know, so they've got different, well, this one's got sadist. I mean, they get different things and they act based on what they have. Like this sheep's got aggressive, diet lover, I mean, and clumsy. They've got all sorts of them. And what I don't, you know, right clicking on them, actually, what did that do? I think it moved, oh yeah, it moved it back up here. So right click on them, because when you click on them, it doesn't allow you to go over to this screen to like hover over the stats. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't let you go over there to hover over the stats. There's got to be a way to do that, to look them up individually and find out what those traits are. But for now, this is it. I mean, I'm not very high level. I haven't really gone out and grind the pals, you know what I mean? I haven't gone out and, you know, because what you probably need to do is go out and capture like 50 of these things and then find the best 2 of the 50, you know what I mean? Same thing. These monkey guys, these are the guys you want to start off early with. And the reason why I say that, at one point that's all I had in here were monkey pals. And the reason for it is they've got a lot in their bucket. They've got a lot of skills. They got the planning, they got the handy, they got the backpack. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individual level 1 skills. So when you go to capture those early on, get them in your workshop, because they just work great. And then once you get them in your workshop and have them do the tasks you want them to do, then you slowly replace them with other higher level pals. You know, this pal over here, I really like this pal a lot because I only need this one pal doing the mining. So this location will take 2 pals, but I don't need 2 pals with the way this guy works. He just works really hard. And the only reason why I've got 3 pals in this location is because I needed the wood, because I was really needing the wood last night. But now I've got I got more wood than I'll probably need in a very long time. So I really could probably shut this down and have pals go do other things. But until I get higher levels and need those other things done, I'll just leave it alone for now. So just real quick, I just want to show you how effective the crossbow is. I tend to, when I run around the world, I don't tend to pull out my pal at all anymore. I just kind of I guess if it's high level, if it's a high level creature or pal that I'm attacking, then I will pull it out. But this is like a one shot kill crossbow. Well, here's another one of those tall guys. Let's see if we can. Do I have enough of them? Oh yeah, I do have enough of them. Now, if you hit the 2 command, it will put the higher capturer sphere in your. Oh, it's 13th level. So the green one, the green capture device gives you a better chance at capturing. So you've got the blue ones, which are the starter ones, and then eventually you build an upgraded bench to allow you to make the mega ones, would give you a higher percentage to capture. But that's how easy it is to capture in this game at this point with this crossbow. It is just crazy. Just look at my build from a distance. The thing looks really cool at night. It really looks amazing at night. It really does. I just wish I could go higher without the degrade. I just do. I mean, it looks really cool. The way I put the angles and whatnot, I mean, and the open feeling, the allow the natural light to get in the building. I think I did a pretty dang good job with that. All right, so let's just go to here and hit F. So I've got this here conceded. Is it's wow. We'll just put it over here for now. So it didn't have a great skill. So I'm not going to use it to replace what I currently have. So you, like I said, you got to go out. It's like a lottery kind of thing. Like you got to capture a lot of them, and then you find the ones that have the better skills. Now, the problem with the crossbow is if you want to start, capturing more monkey type guys, you're just not going to do it with the crossbow, because the problem with the crossbow is oh, he didn't kill him. Wow, look at that. Yeah, that should be like a 94% chance. Oh, you want a piece of me? Yeah. So the key is you shoot him in the head, it's lights out. Yeah, that's the thing is if you shoot him in the head, it's lights out. It's all done. It's all done. So you just go and have your pals make the arrows for you while you're away. Now these pals up here, these water pals, these little elephant dudes, definitely kill those as soon as you can, because of the fluid that they drop. That fluid is needed, and the elephant guys drop it like every 100% chance to drop it. That fluid is needed to make those those little hot springs for the pals. And I found that in the build, you just put a bunch of them down, and it just makes it easier for your pals. I mean, my pals have never given me a problem at all. They just don't. I mean, no injuries, no pathing issues, no nothing. They just do what they do. Now, eventually, I'll be able to unlock a item that allows me to change their work schedule. And it doesn't make sense to me to change their work schedule to a more brutal one. I guess you can. Even when I built that, it's, let me just go into technology and scroll down, and I'll tell you what it is. I think, it unlocks at 15. It's called the monitoring stand. If you build this, you can actually make the workday more brutal for them. You can actually work them to death if that's what you want to do. I will not be unlocking this when it comes time to unlock it, because I find no point to it. Because if you put your pals to work efficiently and you build your base efficiently, then you don't need to overwork them and work them to death. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense to me. All right, we'll close this video out by just going up to the bar and grill. I wish they had some sort of thing in here that allowed you to do like an ambient music, like a device, like a harp or something, that when you're close to it, you hear a little song. There's been games that I've played that are like that. Like if you put the piano down, when you got close to the piano, you could hear the piano noise. That's what this is lacking. This bar and grill is an actual ambient noise to, it just it'd be nice, to have. Guest room 1. And what I'm going to eventually do is build stairs that go down. See my blue line there? It encompasses the rocks all the way down to the bottom. So I will have beach access here soon. I'll have a stairway that goes down this cliff that goes down to that beach. Now, probably that's overkill, because once I get into a pal that can fly and mount it, I can just fly down there. But again, it's all about me just tinkering around with the building, and what I'll do on this side is I will have a sign that says to the beach, and you'd be able to walk down here, and then you'd be able to walk down a stairway that goes down to that beach area. Now, if you can see where my icon is, where when I got my mouse over, there's an egg that spawns right there. So if there's those unique eggs that you can hatch. So I can just run down there, grab the egg, then it will respawn again. I'll grab another egg. It continuously gives me one of those eggs for free. There's 2 loot boxes down here too that do the same thing, that you loot them, and then eventually, like maybe 2 hours later, you can loot them again. So that stairway allows me just to run down there and consume the loot. Plus, here you can get those mining nodes that give you the this Paldium fragment. There's a bunch of those nodes down here in this area. So it's just an easy way to get items. And if I build the stairwell, then I can just get down there, easy to deal with those. All right, that's really it, folks. I just wanted to show you my new build and, just talk about the pals a little bit. And I'm really enjoying this game. Yeah, granted, it's early on and the game has a lot that can be added to it. But for just a fun little game, building game with automation, this game is really, really fun. All right, well, thank you for joining me. And this has been the Tarkus Zone.